What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. Right now, I'm going to continue on with my He-Man and the Masters of the Universe series. I've reviewed Secrets of the Sword. I've ranked the He-Man shows. I've shared some He-Man comic books. I'm going to continue on with my He-Man series here by reviewing the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. And I know we're a couple months past when I probably should have done this, but really it's the trailer for the new He-Man movie that really got me excited about Masters of the Universe again. So yeah, I'm doing it now. This comes after Secret of the Sword. So you had the original series, and then you had Secret of the Sword, and then I believe you had the first season of She-Ra, and then the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. And this is actually considered, as far as I know, there could be some people on there who are watching who are more knowledgeable than me who can tell me I'm wrong. But as far as I know, this is the last episode of He-Man that ever aired from the original series. This starts off with Orko ending up on Earth. He goes in a rocket called the Sky Spy. He ends up on Earth, and while he's on Earth, he meets a couple little kids. And the little kids tell Orko about Christmas. On Eternia, they're trying to get everything fixed so they can get Orko home. And once Man-at-Arms is able to get the Sky Spy fixed and he's able to get Orko transported back to Eternia, the kids are now on the Sky Spy and they also get transported to Eternia. But oh no, we can't transport them back until we get this thing fixed. So now the kids are stuck here. But what the kids did was they brought with them the Christmas spirit. And now Horde Prime has felt the presence of the Christmas spirit and he wants it to be eradicated. So he calls for Skeletor and he calls for Hordak and he sends them out to capture these kids and get rid of the Christmas spirit. All right. This has everything that you're looking for in a He-Man She-Ra cartoon. Colorful characters, colorful villains, colorful side characters, the funny voices, the moral lessons, even the modeling of good behavior. There is a moment where She-Ra goes to see this character named Mermista for help. Mermista is able to help them. I'm not going to go into the whole thing of what happened here, but Mermista is able to help them. And once She-Ra is leaving, she says to her horse, "We could have never done it without Mermista." Like, be appreciative, kids. Be appreciative. Tell people thank you. That stuff is all over this episode as well. This episode also has Skeletor's redemption arc. Something that everybody wanted for however many, 3 seasons that He-Man ran. Everybody always wanted Skeletor's redemption arc, right? Maybe not, but you're getting it anyways. So in this episode, Skeletor ends up capturing the 2 kids. And he's going to take them to Horde Prime. But he can't let Hordak have the 2 kids. No. So Hordak keeps coming after Skeletor to get the 2 kids. And Skeletor keeps on fighting off Hordak. There's also some other forces. Like there's one point where Skeletor fights off a giant snow monster. And the snow monster's trying to get the kids. Skeletor fights them off. And the kids are like, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Skeletor." And we see the Christmas spirit fall over Skeletor, and he changes and becomes good. And since this is the last episode of the original He-Man series, Skeletor ends up being good. I don't think he appeared. Like I said, I think that it goes Secret of the Sword, She-Ra season 1, and then the Christmas special. If anybody wants to correct me on that, you can. But then the Christmas special, and then I think you had She-Ra season 2 after the Christmas special. Feel free to correct me on that. I'm just going off the top of my head here. And I don't think Skeletor ever appeared in any She-Ra episodes after the episodes that was Secret of the Sword. So Skeletor ends up being good at the end because he's overtaken by the Christmas spirit. This is it's a fun way to end the He-Man animated series. It really is. It goes into what the celebration looks like on Eternia, how bringing Earth traditions into Eternia is fun and cheesy and campy and all that at the same time. Remember, King Randor's wife is from Earth, so yeah, it's kind of a blending between Eternia and Earth and the two winter Christmas celebrations. It's goofy, it's silly, and most of all, it's fun. So the Christmas special, not something I watch every year, just like Secret of the Sword isn't. But it has this certain nostalgia that it brings back. And I watch it and I remember a time when I was little, had my whole life in front of me, and I was learning moral lessons from He-Man. And the moral lessons here very much were, in some ways, faith-based. The story that the kids tell Orko is the story of the birth of Jesus. Now, remember, this came out in the early 80s. And this was at a time when Rankin Bass was really doing his Christmas specials, and a lot there. Rankin and Bass, they were both doing their Christmas specials, and they were both a lot of those Christmas specials were very faith-based. The Peanuts had recently done their somewhat faith-based Christmas special, so this was at a time when faith-based Christmas celebrations was very much the norm, where it's not so much anymore. But the way that they incorporated it in this was they basically, Orko started, or the kids started telling Orko the story. Enough story got told that we knew as the audience what story was being told, and then they cut away. That was kind of the way that they handled this here was, all right, we're going to address it, but then we're going to cut away. So you're not going to actually hear the story. You're just going to hear the very beginning. So you as the audience knows what story is being told, but then we're going to cut away. So yeah, guys, this was a good episode. I don't think it's nearly as good as Secret of the Sword, but that was a full-length movie, whereas this is about a 45-minute special. And Secret of the Sword had a very strong story that, like I said in my review for that, Secret of the Sword has survived into being retold in comic book form, whereas the Christmas special's never really been retold. It's just kind of a one-off, and that's fine. It was enjoyable for what it was. So, guys, what do you think of the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special? Do you still watch it at Christmas time? Maybe you've never seen it. You should probably check it out. But overall, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there commenting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.